What's going on, everybody? My name is MT, and welcome back to DaFAQs, a show where I just answer frequently asked questions that people have on the internet, even though nobody asked me to. If you're a child of the 90s like I am, there is a huge, humongous chance that you did what I did and spent hours of time in front of your TV watching the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And you probably wondered at one point or another, why is Zordon in a tube? Why is that a thing? Like, how did that happen? Well, if we're gonna answer that question, we have to go thousands of years into the past, like over 10,000 years into the past, in another galaxy, on another planet, with a little girl named Rita Repulsa. Rita Repulsa was born by an evil galactic warlock warlord by the name of Master Vile, whose face explains his name, because his face was very vile. So naturally, growing up in an evil family where your dad just likes to be evil, he was like, alright, I'm gonna teach you evil things like dark magic. Learn dark magic for the rest of your life, okay? And so when Rita Repulsa grew up, she was like, I have all this dark knowledge and I have all this dark magic experience in my body. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. How should I apply this knowledge to my adult life? And then one day, 8,000 to 10,000 years ago, Rita Repulsa woke up and decided, hey, I know what I'm going to do. I'm gonna go conquer something. And so she got out of bed, went downstairs, poured her a bowl of Evilos, and went on her laptop to find out who is hiring in the universe conquering business. And then she ran across this guy named Zedd, who was going around conquering the universe. So she was like, I want to join his team. And she was like, hey, do you have any open positions in your universe conquering business? And he's like, well, I mean, I'm busy conquering the universe, but hey, I know what you could do. You could go and conquer Earth. There are some things I need on that planet, some important artifacts and stuff. I won't get into it. Let me know when you do that, and I'll come meet you there, and we'll just take things from there. Can you do that? I really need you to do that. Yeah, of course, I can do that. I'm a witch. I got evil powers. My dad's ugly. I can do it. And so Rita gathers up an evil army and goes to attack Earth. But there's this guy named Zordon, and he's like, well, conquering planets and killing people, that's not cool. Could you not do that? Could you stop? But then Rita was like, no! I just got this job, man! And Zordon's boys and Rita's boys went into a war for 2,000 years. And so, after 2,000 years of fighting and Rita trying to send troops to Earth to take it over and Zordon just fighting back and things just becoming an absolute stalemate, Rita contacts Zordon and is like, alright, it's been 2,000 years, none of us is going to win this, I'm done, I kinda just want to go home and watch Netflix, let's go meet up somewhere so we can negotiate and put all this crap behind us. And then Zordon was like, yeah, negotiations do sound good, and it's only the fate of Earth, so you know what? Let's just flip on it. I'm serious, Zordon literally called for a coin toss to end a 2,000-year war that would effectively decide the fate of the universe, because that was a good idea. But then again, this would be the same guy who would recruit 5 teenagers to fight an intergalactic war that they know nothing about, so classic Zordon. And so Rita and Zordon meet up to negotiate and flip a coin to decide the fate of the Earth. And luckily, Rita loses 5-1. And so Rita was like, alright, Zordon, you win. We're gonna pack it up and we're gonna go back home. Come on, guys. Psych, nigga! And then she puts him into a time rift and sends Zordon to another dimension. But luckily, before they met up for negotiations, Zordon remembered the words that his father taught him back on the planet Eltar when he said, Zordon, remember, if there's one thing I taught you, don't trust these hoes. And Zordon did not go into those negotiations trusting these hoes. And so before Zordon is sealed away in this rift in time, he seals Rita into this container called a space dumpster. Rita and all of her goons and henchmen and servants into the space dumpster and sends that space dumpster off into space for 10,000 years. And then he gets trapped in the time rift. That should be it, right? Nope. Zordon had a boy down on Earth named Alpha. You know Alpha the robot. And Alpha was like, ay, free my nigga Zordon. He's trapped in a time rift. I'm going to go build the command center and then find a way to communicate with Zordon. And he does that. Alpha builds the command center and regains communications with Zordon, who is trapped in a completely different dimension through the means of interdimensional big-ass head in a tube transmissions. I don't know how that works, but he did it because Alpha's smart. And then after Alpha does this, Zordon is like, woo! Thanks, buddy. That was a close one. I mean, I'm still stuck in this time rift, but at least I can talk to somebody, and we should probably get ready, because that crazy chick's probably to come back. So we should build the Power Rangers. Is that cool?
Hey, okay, but this sounds like a lot of work. Can I at least get dental?
No! And so that's what happened. Alpha and Zordon work together to make the Power Rangers and all the Zords, and then Rita gets released by 2 stupid astronauts, and then she comes down and fights the Power Rangers, and all that stuff happens. Go get the DVD. But yeah, that's why Zordon's in a tube, because he's trapped outside of time in another dimension. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, feel free to leave a thumbs up, and if you really liked it, maybe subscribe, because I have more weird questions that a lot of people ask on the internet to answer, so that'll be a thing that you could look forward to. Anyways, my name is MT, and those were DaFAQs, and if you didn't know, now you know. Catch you guys later.